Hi guys, John with you, and it's time now to start building this Abrams. Okay, it's the M1A2 Abrams, and it's the SEP V2 TUSK 2. Okay, I must find out what SEP means. I know what V2 means, obviously it's version 2, but what does SEP stand for? I know what TUSK stands for. TUSK stands for Tank Urban Survival Kit, and it's the 2, obviously it's the second version of that, but I'm sure somebody out there will let me know what SEP stands for. Okay, the SEP, what does that mean? Also, I want to thank one of my viewers or subscribers, shall we say, Mr. William Phillips. William pointed out to me with basically he was an M1A1 tank commander, and he just pointed out, well, I wouldn't say pointed out, he just kind of explained a couple of little bits and pieces to me, and one of the main ones really was about the wheels and the tracks, which is very, very interesting. The tracks, we start with the wheels. The wheels had loads of, basically he called it clumping and things like that. Basically what he noticed, it's a lot of chunks taken out of the wheels here and there, and after a while, once they get to a certain length, they just replace them. And with the tracks, they often throw one of the rubber pads. They keep loads of them in the the boxes here on the side of the turret and things like that. They keep extra pads in there, because when it's going over, say, rough terrain, or even on roads and cobbled roads and things like that, it has a tendency to throw the rubbers. Okay, which is a handy little thing to know, because I'm going to do a little bit of damage to the wheels, and I haven't done it yet. I'm not going to do it for a while, and also then I'm going to leave off one or two of the rubbers here and there. So thank you very, very much, William. That was very, 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 very helpful, and very, very helpful to some of you out there as well. Okay, anybody thinking of doing an Abrams, whichever version you decide to do. Like I said, William was a tank commander with an M1A1, and even though this is an M1A2 TUSK 2, things like that haven't changed. Okay, the TUSK basically is all this extra armor and things like that, and the I know it's got the remote weapon station. It's got a lot to do with a lot of the electronics, and things are updated and things like that. But the basic tank itself, as in the body, it's basically the same. Okay, there's different changes in armor and different thicknesses and different things added. But in general, the likes of the wheels and the tracks, they haven't really changed that much. So thank you again, William. Thank you very, very much for that. Getting back onto this, I started building it, as you can see here on the side. Well, I'll just explain what I've done first. Okay, you got to decide which one you're doing. Okay, you're doing the M1A2 V2 or the V2 TUSK 2, and I'm doing the one with the TUSK 2. I'm doing all these slotted armor and things like that, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube on explaining. Well, he doesn't exactly explain the composition of it, because that's a top secret. But basically, there's one video I watched there where it shows, by the looks of it, I'd say they were apprentices, or tank crew learning, because they had some of the, say, the engineers from General Dynamics there, and they were putting on all these little the plates, the curved plates and things, and they were putting in the blocks into the ERA blocks, basically, and he gives a nice close-up of the blocks and things like that, and shows the inside of them. There's sort of black on them as well, but it was very, very interesting, and there's loads of other little interesting videos there on the Abrams, so just go and watch them. I always do whenever I'm building a kit. I'll watch as many videos on it as on the real tank as much as I can. Excuse me, I don't have COVID or anything like that, don't worry. There's plenty of videos there to watch that you can pick up all these little things on it, and it'll come in very, very handy. Okay, so we start off getting the tub, building up the tub, right? That went together very, very nicely. The addition of these little block stick in pieces here. Very, very nice. Makes the whole thing really, really nice and rigid. Then we're on to the suspension. Again, very, very nicely made, nicely done up. You have to stick in these little pegs in, make sure you get the right ones in, the right things. Not that it makes much difference, visually, but some of them have a little kind of a sticky out yoke at the back, which I'm presuming are kind of a bump stop, so it doesn't, they don't go up too far and things like that. And then the wheels, okay, we need to build 16 pairs of wheels. That's 32 wheels, and each wheel has 3 join points where it joins onto the sprue. So as you can imagine, there was plenty and plenty of sanding to do. My hand was really sanded away. The poor hands were sanded away. But I got them all cleaned off, fitted them all on, absolutely beautiful. And the suspension, it really, really goes together very, very nice, as does the drive sprocket at the back. Okay. Then they were all fitted. Okay, both sides. And you've also got then all these little protrusions. Don't know what they're called, but I have an idea what they're for. They're for holding on the armour blocks and things like that, and keeping them out from the wheels. So they all have to be kind of fitted as well. Okay, and as well as then you have the return rollers. Okay, the little return rollers. So you can get a close-up look there of all those little protrusions, as I call them. Okay, on both sides. Then we were on to here, and we have this extra little skid plate down here at the bottom. It's shaped, I'll show it to you in a second, but it's basically shaped like that, so I presume it's for mine, if they're all over a mine, that the blast is taken away as opposed to being on a flat surface. It's part of the tank urban survival kit. Okay, and you're also then fitting towing cleaty thingy-majiggies. Can't remember what they're called. Had it there earlier on. It's gone clean out of my head what they're called. Okay. It'll come back to me. The second I press stop, it'll come back to me. But anyway, doesn't really matter what they're called. They're these little yokes here, these little eyes. Okay. So there's 2 in the front and 2 in the back. And that's as far as I've gotten. Okay. So we'll have a look at the kit with all that done. You can see how nice and neat everything fits in. Did need a little bit of sanding here and there, just sort of making off glue marks, basically, which is me. I kind of can get a little bit messy with glue. I always put an extra kind of thick layer on the inside as well, just to make sure it's you can see the shininess there. Just making sure that that's solid. Okay, because once that's solid, then you're on a good footing. All these wheels then, they are fittable, onable, offable. Okay, and there is a part I did leave off the wheels. Okay, I left off the glass part. Okay, reason obviously is for painting. If I put them on, I'd have to go masking off each one. It's easier just to leave them off. Okay, there will be a little bit extra to be painted into it, but it's easier to do it separate, and wait till all the painting is done. They're easy to take on and take off. They kind of clip in. There's a little type of a split pin thing there in it. Okay, can we see that there? No, I might be able to see it better from this side here. Put my finger in behind it there. See, there we go. Okay, as you see, it's a little split pin, and that'll pop on then a little bit of pressure. Okay, so I'm going to put them on for now, but I expect that when I'm making the tracks and things, so everything fits on lovely. And I'll take the wheels off. I'll do that little bit of cutting little chunks out of them. I won't go overboard. You're not going to, I don't want it to be too damaged, shall we say. But I'm going to put a few little nicks and scrapes into them. Return rollers there, and there's our little protrusion-y pieces. Okay, our little sticky outy yokey bobs. but there's nice locators for them. You know, they're nice enough, deep enough hole. Actually, some of them they go all the way through, but these pieces, they fit in nice, and they're solid. Now you would have to be careful with them. You know, each time you pick up and play around with your kit while you're building it, just be kind of careful that you're not going to knock them off. Same with these hooks here. Now I glue them in the down position. Okay, I actually glue them on. Right, or little things that I can't remember what they're called. And the reason I glue them on is they'll fall off if you don't. Simple as that. You're going to lose them. You're going to fall off if you don't. Now you could say leave it till the very, very end, but then there's a chance that you mightn't put them on, and even after that, then there's a good chance of losing them. So why not glue them in place? Glue them in place. I mean, they're going to be dangling down anyway, so you might as well glue everything in place. So there she is at that stage. Okay. So impressions so far, very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Love all the detail on it. It's really, really nice. And like I said, there's nice locator marks. The wheels, fitting of the wheels is really, really nice. Suspension pieces go in nice as little locators. Everything fits in absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that's up as far as step 8. Oh, I forgot to mark off step 8. There we go. Step 8 is done. I mark what I've got done with a green highlighter, and what I got to do, okay, I mark it with an orange highlighter, like here with the glass piece. Okay, so when I go over the instructions when the whole thing is made, I'll take another little throw over the instructions and make sure I haven't missed anything, and anything that's marked orange, I know, alright, I gotta go do that at a later stage, or do that now, whatever the case may be. So now we're on to the exciting part. We're on to the tracks. Okay, so and as we can see with the tracks, they're pretty complicated. Okay, it is going to take me some time to get the tracks done. Right. We've got say our carriage piece. We've got 2 of the blocks, right? So that's 1, 2, 3. We've got the center horn or guide horn. Okay, center guide, which is 4, and we've got 2 end caps, 5 and 6. So there's 6 pieces for each link. Okay, and you've got to put in. It's now it calls it. Well, that's the flexible track, right? That's the one we're not building. We're building the link, the indie link tracks. Okay, which are these ones here, the fun parts. All right, now. Does it tell us? Obviously it must tell us how many we've got to do. Oh, 78 of them each side. So that's 78 links per side and 6 pieces per link. Shall we say that's a lot? That's a lot of parts in just the tracks. And you don't cement in the guide horn or the 2 outside pieces. You do cement the track rubbers onto the track, but I have been reliably informed that they are quite workable. They are quite nice, very, very nice to make, but very, very time consuming. Okay, so you're going to have to give me a couple of days, and in a couple of days time I will be back here with 2 nice lengths of track. And that'll be my next video, lads. The 2 nice lengths of track, all nicely done up and looking pretty as hell. Okay, so I'll be back to you with them. And I'm going to leave the video at that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have already. Thank you very much. And if you haven't, please do. And don't forget to smash the bell. And by hitting the bell, you'll be notified as soon as I've uploaded another video. And don't forget to give it the old thumbs up. Give it the like. Okay. And anything you'd like to say, don't forget there is a comments box there. And I do, if you ask me a question, I do answer it. And like as William did, he gave me a nice tip. And I'm definitely going to use it. And thank you very much. And these little things come in handy. I mean, I'm not a professional modeler, I'm a hobby modeler, I'm learning as I go. I have done an Abrams before. It was actually, I think it was an Academy Abrams. I did it about 3 or 4 years ago. Didn't do a great job of it. It had the rubber tracks, but I think it was an M1A2 Abrams. Actually, it was the early one. So this is a next step up, and I know myself that my skills have improved. So I'm really looking forward to getting a nice one done. I normally do World War II armour, but I'm sort of venturing into the modern one. I wanted a break. I wanted a break from the World War II stuff. Plenty more World War II stuff coming up on my channel. I have another couple of kits there, some nice World War II stuff. So stay tuned. And if you like what I do, like I said, don't forget to give it the old thumbs up. Tell your friends all about me, and let's build up the channel and make it a good hobby channel, okay, for all us hobbyists out there. So I'm going to leave it at that, lads. Like I said, enjoy your modelling. Be nice to one another out there. Stay safe, especially at these times with the pandemic and all that. So in the meantime, all I've left to say really is go out and buy yourself a kit. Build it and enjoy it, and I'll catch you on the next one, lads. Stay safe, and bye bye.